all you action figure enthusiasts out there. JC here along with Salome, and we are here to bring you the latest in the action figure news world. It is Wednesday, so and besides news, we also are going to be giving away a $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store to one lucky action figure enthusiast member. We have the wheel here ready to go. So we've got up to 52 action figure enthusiast members. We hit 50 last week. I told you guys on the next live stream we would be doing a $100 credit giveaway. Now, when we get to 60, we will do another one. We'll do another $100 store credit giveaway. So that's kind of right now what I've been doing is every new 10 action figure enthusiast members we get here on the channel, we'll do a contest giveaway. So right now, again, as I went to begin this, we were up to 52 action figure enthusiast members. So a big thank you to everyone who has signed up. If you're interested, there is a link in the video description for how you can do that. And we'll get to the wheel spinning for the giveaway a little bit towards the end of the live stream. So let's get into today's news. Well, actually, before we do the news, let's just do a quick roll call, see who is here. I see Austin is in the house. Happy Wednesday to you. Jeremy is also here. Also a happy Wednesday. Mike is here as well. Elio is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. What is up? Maurice is in the house. Good time zones to all. Overall, good to see you. One of our newer action figure enthusiast members, I believe. We also have Felix in the house. What is up? We've got John from Ireland. Always good to see you, my friend, from across the pond. We've got Chris. Hello, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Captain Morgan. Good to see you as well. Slim Jim in the house. What is up? Mac Zombie. Good to see you, my friend, from Netherlands. Okay. Good to see you, Max. Good zombie. Always good to have some zombies here. The Mass Figure Collector from the UK. Always good to see the overseas viewers here tuning in. James, what is up? Figure Fury. Patrick is in the house. We've got William here. Rashid is in the house, sitting here waiting for my figures to arrive. I'll never use EMS again. Yes, they do tend to be pretty slow, but hopefully your figures will arrive shortly. So, and Martin, again, what's up? So it looks like we got a pretty full house here. All right, so let us, let's see, we got Dean from Brazil. You will get a new Superman McFarlane figure or will I get a new Superman McFarlane figure for movie of James Gunn? Or wait, are you asking me if you will get a new Superman McFarlane figure for movie James Gunn? Yes, McFarlane is doing Superman movie figures. I don't know if I will get any of them, but yes, we are definitely getting figures. And we're going to talk a little bit about that because we got the new Superman trailer that dropped today as well. Do you buy any DC McFarlane Silver Age Superman, the classic one? Martin, I have not. Last McFarlane figure I think I got was Christopher Reeve Superman, maybe, I think was the last one I got. Mr. Allmine is here. Good to see you, my friend. So let's see. Let's get over to the news. I guess since you guys have started with McFarlane, we'll go with there. So not a ton of McFarlane news, but we do have a couple of new pre-orders that have been announced. So first of all, just today was announced by McFarlane for you Doom video game fans. We've got Doom the Dark Ages. Looks like a new 7-inch figure that is coming. This is going up for pre-order tomorrow. We got this preview image today, but again, this is supposed to be going up for pre-order tomorrow. 7-inch scale figure. 12 p.m. Eastern time. I believe this will be offered at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. We'll have to see. But again, if you're into Doom, based on the new game, The Dark Ages, this is one that you might want to check out. So definitely, and they call it a limited edition figure, so I'm not sure what makes it limited. Or I guess elite edition is what they're calling it, not limited. So I don't know if that's a new like a subtitle like mega figure or what. I haven't seen them use that before, but elite edition definitely looks like it's going to be kind of big. It's got a gun. You can see it's got like the fur, the actual soft goods fur thing here around him. So we'll get more details. Plus 4 highly detailed weapons, 2 alternate hands, display base art card. And new elite points reward system. So I guess that's what makes it elite, is a point system that I guess McFarlane is using, but I'm not exactly sure what that entails you. Hopefully it's not more digital stuff, but I guess we'll have to see. So again, that's a pre-order for tomorrow. New figure just announced. We got some official images. We've seen this before. This is a platinum figure for the Eradicator figure, so with the translucent. So again, nothing really new here, just official updated images that were released by McFarlane. Hasn't been available online or anything like that I've seen. Walmart had, this had first appeared at GameStop. It is a gold label figure, but seems like more than one retailer is offering it. So that's a little bit of a difference. Been showing up at physical Walmart stores, but Walmart actually had it listed. No images or anything, doesn't even have the correct name, but did have it available where you could actually purchase it earlier this week. GameStop again has had this online. I don't know if they still do or if they sold out. The Blood Axe Spawn figure. So there's the variant GameStop exclusive and the regular version, both of which had been previously available on GameStop's website. But the regular release version is going up tomorrow, or I'm sorry, on Friday, the 16th. 12 p.m. Eastern time. So this again will be available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. As I said, GameStop had their own exclusive version with the flames. They had the regular version and they had an autograph version on their website during the McFarlane GameStop Week event. But now the regular version will be available elsewhere. Starting this Friday, and this is the GameStop exclusive variant version with the flames on the horse and everything. Let's see, anything else? Jump over to Marvel real quick for McFarlane, and we've got some new 1/10 scale pose statues. These will be going up for pre-order on May 21st. Again, available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Black Panther, Spider-Man, Thing, and X-Men from the Jim Lee X-Men. This is the next X-Men figure if you've been collecting those, to complete the cover, to the gatefold cover to X-Men #1. Originally, the Beast was listed as a platinum figure. I believe at WonderCon they had listed it as a platinum figure, but it looks like it's just going to be a regular release now. Again, we have this Black Panther. Inspired by Marvel Knights issue #4 for that one. We have another Spider-Man. It seems like we get Spider-Man every wave. Spider-Man to McFarlane's kind of like Batman. This one inspired by, was it Marvel or Amazing Spider-Man issue? Is it #1? Obviously not the original Amazing Spider-Man, but one of the newer ones. And Thing is from Fantastic Four 642. Amazon Canada had these up for pre-order a couple of weeks ago, so it's just in the US where they're going up on the 21st. But that's why we already have like all the official images for these, because Amazon Canada had them previously up. This is the thing. Pretty good looking thing figure. So again, those are going up for pre-order. Now, possibly McFarlane hasn't announced it yet, but also we might see I gotta get to it. Also, we might see on the 21st 1/6 scale, the next round of 1/6 scale statues, which would be Spider-Man from Marvel Tales, Punisher War Journal, Punisher from Punisher War Journal #8, and Deadpool from Deadpool #1. So I won't say for sure, but I have a feeling these are going to go up for pre-order on the 21st as well. And again, Amazon Canada had already listed these for pre-order. So all right, other Marvel news. If you're into 1/6 scale figures from Mondo, we talked about this last week, but it is now available on the Mondo shop for $245. Plus, I have a feeling they will add. Actually, it's already sold out. So this was a limited edition. There will be a regular version that goes up retailers outside of Mondo shop, but this went up this week, limited to 1,000 units. Again, X-Men 97 Nightcrawler. As I said, we talked about this last week. So I'm not sure, usually there's a few extra accessories with the Mondo versions. I'm not sure exactly which, probably maybe a head or something in the little, what do they call that? The I want to say they called it a BEMF, but BEMF also is, the teleportation stuff he makes. But I don't know, whatever this little guy, I have a feeling this little Nightcrawler version, forget the name of it, but I have a feeling that might be exclusive to Mondo. Let's see what else. For you Lego fans, we had seen some images of this leak out early, but this has now been officially revealed on Lego's website. $59.99. Lego Shop is the only place so far that's offered it, but eventually I believe it'll be offered at places like Amazon. Based on the Fantastic Four movie, Galactus taking on the members of the Fantastic Four. I don't know what's up with these. Looks like Thing is wearing Hulk hands that he painted brown or something. I don't know. That's kind of funny. You do get some extra legs for extensions for Reed and flame effects and stuff for them. Um, I saw people upset that it didn't have like bendy legs and arms for Reed, but I don't know. There you go. But Fantastic Four, your first Fantastic Four movie product officially revealed. Now remember, Hasbro teased Fantastic Four Marvel Legend figures last month. The thing to note here is Walmart has generic listings for what I believe is going to be the Fantastic Four Marvel Legend figure. So $24.97 each is the price they're listing. The thing that no images, generic listings, but the thing of note here, so Walmart has listings 1 through 6. However, there is no listing currently on Walmart's website for number 4. So really it's 5 different figures that are listed. I don't know if that's all that they're going to do or if there is a 4th figure that they just didn't put up on the website for some reason. Um, conceivably, I could see them doing the Fantastic Four, which you can see previewed here. And then, like, if there's a fifth figure, Silver Surfer would probably be it. Some people, we can see here Johnny is in his human form, not full on flame effect. So makes you wonder if there's going to be a human Johnny Storm figure and completely flamed on Johnny Storm figure. If they were going to do two Human Torches, I feel like maybe one would end up being a store exclusive. Just speculating here. I don't have any inside information, but I could see that if it is a 6-figure wave, I've seen some people, is there going to be a Build-A-Figure? Are we going to get Herbie? Is Herbie going to be included, or is it going to be a separate figure? Something like that. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those details. All I can tell you is listings popped up this week on Walmart, which do seem likely are for the Marvel Legend movie figures. Release date listed was July. Which is when the movie's going to come out. So, no word yet on when these would be officially offered, solicited, where we get full images, anything like that. Possibly this month, but more likely to me, we'll see them officially revealed early next month. I don't think we're going to get a Marvel Legend live stream this month. I think probably Dan Young last month, right before their last live stream, said we'd probably, after last month's live stream, we'd probably get one more live stream before San Diego Comic-Con in July. So I'm guessing that will be probably early June. Let's see, anything else of particular newsworthy? So let's keep it to Hasbro, and just to give you the latest update on Hasbro, on prices, on pre-order. So when we talked on Friday, Hasbro had not officially raised their MSRPs like was expected. As was mentioned on Friday, U.S. and China were going to begin trade talks over the weekend, this past weekend. The end result of that was that there was a 90-day pause placed on the 145% tariffs. There's still a 10% tariff and an additional 20% tariff over fentanyl that is in place. So essentially, there's still a 30% tariff on goods coming in from China. But I think, that was not great, but much better than the 145 or even like the 80% that the president was hinting at on Friday that he would be willing to drop things to. So still a lot of uncertainty. Again, it's only a 90-day pause, at which point, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't think we'll go back up to 145. In fact, if I was looking into my crystal ball, I would say, they're supposed to continue talks in the coming weeks. Eventually, they probably will get rid of the 20% tariff. They'll come to some kind of agreement over the fentanyl stuff and get rid of the 20% tariff and end up making like the 10% tariff permanent, is kind of what I'm thinking. And people I've talked to have had similar thoughts. So where does that leave things as far as like Hasbro and their MSRP? Well, right now we don't really know for sure. Hasbro's not really been very communicative about that to anybody, the general public, retailers, wholesalers. Everybody's still kind of in the dark. On Friday, Hasbro had paused pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse. Those pre-orders resumed last night, right after midnight. Hasbro Pulse started. If you go to Hasbro Pulse now, you can start pre-ordering new stuff again, and it is at the same prices. So they didn't raise their prices on Hasbro Pulse. It is the same prices, the $24.99 for a basic 6-inch figure, that type of thing. So that resumed last night. GameStop, however, did raise their prices yesterday, surprisingly. So last week I told you guys this this is these were the MSRP prices that I had been told were likely going to take place last week before the trade talk started. Hasbro, and we're talking about MSRPs from Hasbro. I know this gets a little confusing. Some retailers have raised their own prices, incorporating tariff costs that they're facing with shipping and stuff. But that is not the same thing. Like Entertainment Earth, if you go there, they have higher prices, but that's something they did on their own. There wasn't a specific increase by Hasbro themselves on their MSRPs on products. So that's what we've been talking about this past week, is actually like Hasbro raising their prices, which has not yet happened. Okay. However, GameStop, these were the prices, the new MSRPs that you're seeing on the screen here, that I believe were going to go into effect last week until, there was basically a pause by Hasbro when they saw, I guess, trade, and I'm speculating here, but, they saw the trade talks were going to begin. They wanted to wait and see what happened with that, and held off on implementing any kind of MSR increase on their action figures. But these were the prices that I believe we were going to end up seeing had those trade talks not taken place. And coincidentally enough, GameStop yesterday raised their prices. So you can see here, they have their pro price and then their non-pro price. But you can basically see, for basic 6-inch figures, they are now charging $30. And if you look at their Transformers, it matches up with the prices, these prices and stuff. So I don't know why GameStop raised their prices yesterday. They are the only e-tailer that has raised their prices to these. Again, not talking about like an individual retailer that maybe, but like no retailer has adjusted their prices to these higher MSRPs that likely we were going to get from Hasbro, except GameStop. So I would not be shocked if GameStop had gotten the information about the price increase last week and then, ended up implementing those, not realizing that they didn't actually go into effect. And so I wouldn't be shocked if in the next few days, GameStop lowers their prices back down to, the $25.90 or the $24.99 and stuff on basic 6-inch figures. But these are, these prices you're seeing on GameStop now do match up pretty much with what I had seen was going to be Hasbro's new MSRP. But again, Hasbro did not raise the prices on Hasbro Pulse. Retailers I've talked to have not gotten any indication from Hasbro that they're moving forward with the increase in MSRP. So everybody's a little bit in a holding pattern. Again, this is a very fluid situation, a lot of unknowns. So people are trying to figure out how to proceed and things like that. And again, GameStop, for whatever reason, did raise their prices, but I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up getting reversed in the near future. And, I'm speculating because GameStop doesn't keep me informed on that kind of thing. But I'm just thinking possibly they got word of the price increases last week, but then somebody didn't get the update that said Hasbro was holding off on that. And so they ended up raising the prices on their website. Amazon, was it 2 weeks ago? The Amazon started raising their prices, where we saw like the maximum Hulk at $65 and some of those figures at like $28. For the most part, Amazon seems to have reversed those prices back to normal prices, though there are still a few figures on Amazon that are at like the $28. But again, for the most part, like that maximum Hulk is back down to the $59.99, things like that. So for the most part, while Amazon was maybe being preemptive with price increases, ended up, essentially reversing their price increases. So that's where we stand right now. Like I said, nothing set in stone. Anything could change at any point, basically. But seemingly for at least the time being, I don't think you're going to see an increase on MSRP on Hasbro products until we get further indications of what's going to end up happening with the tariffs. One other quick sad news to report in regards to tariffs, this week, several Super 7 employees have taken to social media saying that they got laid off. I've seen at least 3 different Super 7 employees posting on either Facebook or LinkedIn stating that they got laid off. And the reasons they stated was due to the tariff situation. Now, that's caused tons and tons of infighting among fans on social media, so I'm just telling you what has been stated. A lot of people like to pounce on Super 7, but when I talked to Matt last week, we kind of talked about why Super 7 was probably increasing prices even on in-stock stuff in regards to tariffs and stuff. But again, everyone's going to have their preconceived ideas of what should be happening and what shouldn't. But again, unfortunately, it looks like some people have started to lose their jobs. Super 7 is a privately owned company, so they're not required to report layoffs like a publicly traded company. So no word on exactly how many people maybe got laid off at Super 7. Again, I've seen at least 3 people in the past week suggest that they got laid off, but it is not clear exactly how many people got let go from Super 7 this week, and whether more layoffs will be coming or not. But again, just wanted to pass on that information to you guys. Let's see what else we got. Storm Collectibles continues to focus on their new Storm Arena line, which is their cheaper versions of figures. So today they released this preview for Cygat for Street Fighter Alpha. So again, Storm Collectibles is an overseas company, so shipping tariffs are going to have effects on their prices. But again, technically this is a less expensive line. No word yet on when Cygat's going to be made available for pre-order. It should be carried at some place like Big Bad Toy Store, but right now we just have this preview image. So Cygat is coming. Got a lot of video game figure news just in the past day. Joy Toy King of Fighter figures. These are 1/18 scale figures. Again, Joy Toy is another overseas company, so these are not terribly cheap. Big Bad Toy Store has these up for pre-order for $49.99 each, which is pretty costly for essentially a 4-inch figure. But again, if you're into the smaller scale stuff, we've got 3 figures from King of Fighters 98. They have accessories. They look, for smaller scale figures, they look nicely detailed. You get a lot of accessories. Don't know if I'd pay $50 for these. I'm not that big of a King of Fighter fan. But if you are, again, these are available for pre-order now. As far as U.S. retailers, I don't know if anyone else has started to offer these. But again, being these are from an overseas company, just the tariff costs alone. I mean, generally, overseas figures are more expensive anyway, but certainly the tariff situation doesn't help with that. Announced today by Hasbro, if you're into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they are doing new Mighty Morphin minute shorts on their official YouTube channel. So I believe this is essentially where they've taken episodes of the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger series and remastered them. So I remember talking to the folks at Playmates Toys at Toy Fair, and they talked about that. Because like one of the questions I had for Playmates was, why were they focusing on, especially with action figures that are really kind of geared more towards kids, why were they focusing on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Probably anyone really collecting Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are going to be adults, not kids. But their reasoning is that Hasbro was basically making that content available for younger generations to get them hooked on Power Rangers. So and all of that was being done through YouTube. So maybe something, if you have kids, something you want to have your kids check out, or if you're just a fan of Power Rangers, you can check that out. Also, just while we're on the subject of Power Rangers and Playmates toys, we saw all of these at Toy Fair, but just getting some official images. So these are the basic figures, but we've got all the standard Ranger figures with their accessories, their iconic accessories that you've come to expect. Again, these are not collector-oriented figures. According to Playmates, no plans to do really collector-oriented, like, Lightning Collection. Nothing like that is expected to be coming from Playmates Toys for Power Rangers, but all stuff really, based on kind of like the original toys, and priced more for the kids than the adult collector. So no word yet on when exactly those are going to be up for pre-order, but those are coming. And speaking of kids stuff, so like I said, we got the new trailer for Superman that dropped today. If you haven't checked that out, you should. Big theme of the movie, based on the trailer at least, seems to be, with Superman struggling with how much he should interfere with mankind, when he sees them being self-destructive, fighting wars. Should somebody as powerful as Superman get involved and try and stop it? How much, you get into free will and all that. Even when your intentions are good, when you start interfering with a culture or population or whatever, it can have negative effects. So that, was kind of my takeaway from the new trailer, which is a theme we've seen before in Superman, even in Superman movies, like the original, that was something they kind of tackled a little bit in the original Christopher Reeve movies, Superman 4, where Superman wanted to get rid of all the nuclear weapons in the world, all the nuclear missiles. So kind of the same idea, it seems to be a little bit there. So, but we got that new trailer. And we've got some new images of toys coming from Spin Master. So again, these are kids-oriented figures, but these are 6-inch figures. There are 12-inch figures, which I'm not really going to get into, but these are 6-inch figures. Basic articulation, but again, 6-inch figures. So we've got Guy Gardner. So this is a whole wave here that you see in front of us, including this character, which is listed as the engineer. And we saw her in the trailer, I believe. She seems to have some type of shape-shifting powers, like where her hands turned into saw blades or something like that. So I don't really know much about this character, but again, we're getting a figure, Guy Gardner, Metamorpho, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl, even though from the one image of Hawkgirl that we have, she does not have wings. I don't know if she will or not. It's possible they could be add-ons. But again, these are 6-inch figures, and if you get the whole wave, it actually has a Build-A-Figure for robot number 4. So now, I don't think we talked about these previously, but we had seen some additional Superman product, including another character that appeared in the new trailer. I think these are 6-inch figures as well. Now these have like gimmicks, play features, so the articulation is even more limited. But there is a hammer figure, Epic Strike hammer figure, coming from Spin Master. So again, we saw him in the trailer, in the new trailer. So quite a bit of stuff coming from Spin Master. And again, these are up on Amazon. Now, some of these don't have pictures. Some of these listings don't have pictures. So these are like 12-inch figures here. You get a box set of 12-inch figures. The 12-inch figure does have wings for Hawkgirl, definitely. FYI, these Batman silhouettes that you see here, that's not for a Batman figure. It's just a generic silhouette that they use, where they haven't gotten the actual figure images. So, no, Batman is not in the Superman movie. But like I say, those have popped up on Amazon. And we'll keep it at Spin Master. And also, for the new live action How to Train Your Dragon, we've got new toys coming from Spin Master. So these are available for pre-order on Entertainment Earth's website. So these are smaller scale figures with the dragons. Again, this is based on the upcoming live action How to Train Your Dragon movie. Some have light up features. So whether it's for you or your kids, I don't know, but those are again available currently for pre-order on Entertainment Earth. For you NECA folks, we've got going up this Friday. This coming Friday will be the last and the final Haulathon, Target Haulathon pre-order drop, 9 a.m. So far they've announced this one going up this Friday. This cartoon collection Dark Leonardo figure, which again has already been hitting physical stores. But again, if you want to just buy it online, you'll get your opportunity this coming Friday. Now, so far that's the only one that they've announced for Friday, so we'll have to see what else they have. For Mirage, these were previous Haulathon figures, but we've got April, the battle damage Shredder, and the Foot Assassin. Those are now available at places like Big Bad Toy Store. So these were not Target store exclusives, and now available elsewhere. Same thing with these black and white turtle figures and the Beetlejuice figure. Again, these were previously offered on Target, but now being offered at other retailers like Big Bad Toy Store. Masters of the Universe, not a whole lot for you. We did some new images from the upcoming from Amazon Studios live action movie. These popped up on social media, giving us our first look at Prince Adam, which we've seen an image of him before, and Tila. So Tila is wearing pants, but overall, Sheila has a very Tila look to her, better than the original live action movie. So based on the synopsis, the official synopsis of this movie, a 10-year-old Prince Adam crashes to Earth in a spaceship and is separated from his magical power sword, his only link to Eternia. After tracking it down almost 2 decades later, Prince Adam is whisked back across space to defend his home planet from the evil forces of Skeletor. So obviously, Prince Adam wearing Earth clothes here with his power sword. This is likely after he just found his power sword. Of course, wearing Prince Adam colors with the pink shirt and the white and everything. But again, this movie, it looks like it's going to start out on Earth and end up on Eternia, which is kind of similar to the original 80s Dolph Lundgren movie. But we had seen this teaser image released officially with the power sword. But so that continues to move forward. But as far as toys, this isn't new, but I don't think I remembered to talk about this previously. So we got official images for the upcoming Masterverse Blade figure. This is based, of course, on the Dolph Lundgren movie. We saw this announced at San Diego Comic-Con. This has not yet gone up for pre-order, but I expect it will be going up soon. But, they've done a number of movie figures from the Lundgren movie, but Blade is coming. And so just wanted to share those official images. Looks pretty good to me. Nothing else on the Masters of the Universe front. Not a whole lot on G.I. Joe front. There is apparently a new G.I. Joe video game in the works from Hasbro. They release these preview images for Snake Eyes. This is being done between Atomic Arcade, a AAA gaming studio under Wizards of the Coast, and Hasbro. And they showed basically these renders for Snake Eyes. So looks like a new G.I. Joe video game of some type is in the works from Hasbro. And when we get more details on it, I'll be sure to let you guys know. For you Hiya Toy fans, the newest figure, Outback, has been announced. So these are 4-inch figures that look very much like the G.I. Joe classified counterparts. Again, these are from Hiya Toys. Again, Hiya Toys is an overseas company, so if you try and get your hands on these in the United States, you probably will see increased prices on them. These aren't even carried by U.S. e-tailers. You have to go to someplace like Robot Kingdom or somebody like that who is overseas. But again, Outback is the next figure in that line from Hiya Toys. That's really it on the G.I. Joe front. For Star Wars, not much, just some Hot Toys stuff. Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So 2 versions of that coming from Hot Toys. So these are listed as exclusives. We got Chopper from Rebels in his Imperial disguise, along with BD-1. Sith Clone Commander Cody. I feel like they've done him before, but. And finally, the 212th Attack Battalion figure. So again, these are all kind of listed as Hot Toys exclusives, which usually mean they're offered at conventions during the year, things like that. Though often I think Big Bad Toy Store does end up carrying these. I believe some of these have started to go up on Sideshow's website as well. So you can check that out if you want to. But not really much else. Andor season 2 ended last night with the final 3 episodes. I thought it was pretty good. I thought season 2 definitely started out very slow. Like the first 6 episodes I was not terribly impressed with, but the last 6 I thought were really good. So so much so that I watched the last 3 episodes last night, and then I ended up going straight into Rogue One and watching that, which is I still think the more I watch that movie, the more I think it's one of the best Star Wars movies that they've done. But again, Andor has finished up. Speaking of Disney Plus shows, besides Superman, we also got a trailer for Ironheart. So this is the next Marvel Disney Plus series that will kick off on June 24th with 3 episodes. So you can check that out if you want to. Obviously, she appeared in the last Black Panther movie, so we've seen the character before. If you watch the trailer, she's got a updated armor that looks more white. Have not seen any indication that Hasbro is doing figures from this series. They did do Ironheart from the Black Panther movie a while back, but I have not seen any suggestion that we're going to get any figures from the Disney Plus series. That doesn't mean we won't. I just haven't seen any suggestion of that. Let's see. I think that pretty much brings us up to date on everything. So just run through your comments, see what you guys are saying. Dean likes my videos. Thank you very much. Man of Steel is my favorite, according to Captain Morgan. Dean, the Fantastic Four Marvel Legend movie wave. What figures you think will be released? Well, as I said, Fantastic Four, obviously, we've seen the teaser. I would imagine Silver Surfer is a good bet. Whether we get, like I said, Johnny Storm and Human and Flame, whether we get Herbie, those are questions. I don't see much, I know there are rumors out there that we're going to get a made to pre-order Galactus figure, but I don't know if that's really going to be the case or not. Kind of like we saw with the Sentinel I won't say it's impossible, but I don't know. Things like that, they're released directly through Hasbro Pulse. It's hard to pin those down, whether they're just completely made up rumors or whether it's based on something, because, obviously, they don't show up on any kind of solicitation list because they're released directly through Hasbro. But William wants to know where his HasLab Rattler is. Well, I mean, even under best of conditions, that wouldn't get released until the end of the year. Whether we see any, the Transformer HasLab, last year's, not this year's, but last year's HasLab has started to ship to people. But whether the tariff situation causes any serious delays with HasLab shipping, I think that's a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But yes, I'm waiting for my Rattler as well. I can't wait to get my hands on that. What's the price of the Blood Axe? I'd have to go back and see what. All I can tell you is what GameStop was selling it for. Let me. I don't remember off the top of my head. GameStop had the regular version listed at essentially $25, so I'm guessing that's what it's going to cost. The variant they have is $65, and the autograph version they had at almost $100. So, but I think, again, they didn't really. I don't know what like Big Bad Toy Store is going to cost, but I'm guessing probably around what GameStop was charging. But GameStop, in fact, you can still. Actually, it looks like it's not available on GameStop anymore. But again, the price listed was $23.74 for pros and $24.99 for non-pros. I don't think I look sad, but always happy to hear cheery thoughts from you guys. Go boy, that Saiga figure is monstrously cool, but $31 before tax at my local Target. I don't those super. I think you might be thinking about the Jada Toys Saiga, not the Storm collectible one. It's called a Bam. Okay, figure free. I thought it was, but Bamf's also the noise he makes when he teleports. So that's what was confusing me. But Natural Nate, what is up? Always love the avatar. I don't know if that's like your real dog or not, but definitely cool avatar. GameStop is always more expensive, but now it's way. Yeah, and again, they do their pro and their regular. The regular, the pro is usually the MSRP, and then they jack it up a couple extra bucks for not, essentially, you pay to pay less type of deal. But the thing to note about the GameStop price increases that we saw the other day is they match up with the MSRPs that I had seen Hasbro was going to be raising their figures to last week before everything seemingly got put on pause. So that's really the most It's not necessarily that GameStop raised their prices that makes that noteworthy. It's that they raised them to the prices that I had reported on last week that we were likely going to end up seeing as the new official MSRPs. The question remains why they went forward with those price increases, and will they end up reversing them? Because at this time, it does not seem like Hasbro is actually moving forward with increasing the MSRPs on their products. That could change, but right now it seems like we are in a holding pattern at the current prices. Mr. Allmine sucks for those who get hit with layoffs. Yeah, always does. No matter the reason, it always sucks when people lose their jobs. I wonder if the layoffs from Super 7 will affect the 2003 Turtle line. I hope we will get the first two waves of that line. Well, the one wave has already started to see release. Whether we get more or not, I don't know. What is up, Phil? Good to see you. There goes Salome in front of the camera. I think Storm Collectibles will? I do not. I don't even think we'll get they showed off, what was the second one. I don't even think that's ever going to get released. So no, I don't think, unfortunately, Storm Collectibles does not seem to be moving forward with their Gatchaman line. I mean, I haven't heard anything officially, but I'm just going by the fact that it's been, how many months, years it's been since the first figure was released, and not any real indication that the second one's going to get released. What's up, Mr. Grillo? Asiano, no thanks. I hope that someone losing their job does not affect your pre-orders. Let's pray to some good for that. Oh man, you got to either over here, one way or the other. My local comic book store is getting all four of the Mass Wave 1 toys, including Con exclusive Rhino and T-Bob, and July is the rumor. So actually, John, we have gotten a couple of new looks at a few of those. So remember, as far as, John's overseas, so he's a little bit different than the rest of us. And I haven't heard any change. But, at Toy Fair, the loyal subjects. Oh, I also forgot for you Lego fans, if you're into Simpsons, we got Krusty's Burger set. So that's going to cost you $210. This set here with Krusty. Get the car, you get the Simpsons. I think this was a Legos idea set, I want to say. But again, if you're into Simpsons and Legos, that's up on the Lego website now. Again, with $209 or $210 price. Sorry, Salome was causing confusion here. I had the wrong. Keep hitting the wrong screen. So anyway, Simpsons set, but where I was going. Loyal Subjects released a few images. So a new look at the Condor with Brad Turner figure. So where I was going with last, we heard as far as pre-orders, release dates. Pre-order is supposed to go up first on Big Bad Toy Store. Now again, this can differ for retailers outside the United States, but here in the US, Big Bad Toy Store is supposed to be getting first dibs starting in July 1st. Everyone else on September. So the price on this one was said to be about $30. And then the other one that we recently got some new images for was the Thunderhawk with Matt Tracker. And this one was said to be about $50. But again, here in the United States, July timeframe at Big Bad Toy Store, everywhere else. I mean, it's possible things could have changed with tariffs and stuff, but that's what we were kind of looking at. Yes, it is Salome's world. Big Rib, what is up? Thank you, my friend, for the kind words. Yes, contest wheel. We're coming up on that, assuming Salome doesn't screw it up. At least Salome stopped moving the camera. I don't think she hit the camera, but she kept walking in front of it. All right, so that brings us up on news. So yes, let us get to the contest. So this is 52. As of the beginning of this live stream, we were at 52 action figure enthusiast members. So all 52 names are on the wheel here. So the way it works is we're going to spin the wheel, and the name that the wheel chooses is going to be up for $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. Assuming that person is here, they do have to be here to claim their prize. And the reason why I do that is because I found when, like, if I say, hey, you've got 24 hours to claim your prize, if they're not actually here during the live stream, they never actually see that they won, and so they never end up claiming their prize. So I know it sucks for those who can't be online at this time of day, but I think most of you who are action figure enthusiast members do end up, coming on around this time. So I might go back and try it again, where I give the person 24 to 48 hours to claim their prize. But again, the reason why I basically basically made it so you have to be on here to claim your prize is so that you actually get the prize. Because if you don't claim your prize, I don't have a way. I don't have you guys' emails and things like that, so I don't have a way of contacting you. You've got to contact me to claim the prize. So, and I just find that people a lot, with the live streams, don't go back and watch through the entire live stream to see that they actually won. So, I try and make it as fair to everybody as possible, but there's always somebody that ends up getting kind of left out or whatever. It's just unfortunate. But again, we are at 52, last count, 52 action figure enthusiast members. So I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll give you a few minutes to chime in to say you're here to claim your prize. You will still have to email me at j@enewsi.com so I can get your information to send to Big Bad Toy Store so they can set you up with the store credit, which is essentially your name and email address. But that's how we've been doing it, and so far, for the most part, it's worked pretty well. And if the person whose name gets called is not here, then we will spin the wheel again until we get to somebody who is actually here on the stream. All right, so let us give the wheel a spin and see who our first person. Hopefully the first name that gets called is somebody who is here. So here we go. Oh, that was so close, but Alonzo's name is the one that comes up. I think Alonzo is here. So we give them a minute to see if they're here to chime in. Alonzo, are you here, my friend? Was Alonzo here? Maybe he's not here today. Captain Morgan says he'll take it. He's AI. Yeah, he's a robot. All right. Well, it is not looking like Alonzo is here today, unfortunately. So we will take his name off the wheel. And we will spin again. The other thing I want to know is, like, every time we do this, I put everyone's name back on the wheel. So obviously, the person who won the last time could win again here, assuming they're here and their name got drawn. I have no control over what name the wheel picks. That's why we use the wheel, to keep it as random as humanly possible. But yes, it is always possible that somebody could win 2 times in a row, that type of thing. I mean, basically your chances are 1 in 52 at this point, because that's how many people. Well, now it's 1 in 51. But there you go. So we're going to spin again, because it does not look like Alonzo is in the house today. So let us spin the wheel again, see who comes up this time. Ben from the bunker, which I have not seen on today. We will still give him a couple minutes just in case, but I don't know if he is here today. Ben from the bunker is our second name, though. So Ben, if you are here, yeah, I haven't seen Ben today chime in, so I'm thinking he's not here. But again, I will still give him just a couple of minutes, just in case he's been quiet or maybe came in late. But Ben from the bunker is our second name. All right, well, it does not look like Ben is here, so we will once again take his name off the wheel, and then we will spin again. Bat Mike Man, I'm here. Do it again. All right, so it does not look like Ben is here. So again, we have now taken his name off. So now your chances are 1 in 50 for those who are left. And we now spin again. Bat Mike Man. Wow, dude, I know you're here because you just said. There you go, dude. You asked and you shall receive. Are you here, man? Chime in. Claim your prize. Awesome. Yes. So he is here. He has claimed his prize. Again, I will need you to email me, j@enewsi.com. I will, once this becomes a regular video, I'll put the email in the video description so you can have it, but it's j@enewsi.com. Just email me, because again, I will need your name and your email address to send on to Big Bad Toy Store so that they can set you up with the store credit within a few days. They've been running a little bit slow, so if you get me your information here quickly, I'll get it over to them quickly, and hopefully they will have you set up by the end of the week with that store credit to help kind of offset some of those tariff costs. So again, we will do this again when we hit 60 action figure enthusiast members. So we are up to currently 52, assuming we don't lose anybody. We are currently up to 52. 99 cents to become an action figure enthusiast member. And again, we will do this again, however long or short it takes. So if we get 8 more action figure enthusiast members to chime in between now and Friday, we could end up doing another giveaway on Friday. So that's how I've kind of been doing it. Every 10 new members, we do a contest giveaway. So if you're listening and you're not yet an action figure enthusiast member, like I say, maybe think about it. There's a link in the video description on how to become an action figure enthusiast member. Big thank you to everybody who has become an action figure enthusiast member. Both me and Salome do appreciate it. Hopefully she doesn't screw up any more of the screens, but she does appreciate it as well, even though she is now got her back to us over here. But again, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Bat Mike Man. Try saying that 3 different times. Bat Mike Man, But thank you. And we are going to call it a day because it is now over past 4 o'clock. Probably we'll be back on Friday. A little bit depends, how much news happens between now and Friday. So, but tentatively we'll be back on Friday. And like I say, if we hit 60 action figure enthusiast members, we will do a contest giveaway once again for $100 store credit. Thank you, everybody who has chimed in to listen to me ramble about all the latest news. Always appreciated. Stay safe out there. Be good. And until next time, guys, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to toynewseye.com, marvelousnews.com, JediInsider.com, and tformers.com. And remember, action figures are great,